did you want to come up and talk a little bit?
Yeah.
Here comes Gene. He's a Move On member, Resist in LA, and he's going to talk to you about health care here. You go, Gene.
Woo, Gene!
All right. When healthcare is under attack, what do we do? What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When healthcare is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When healthcare is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
All right, thank you. I'm a 60-year-old guy. I buy my insurance on the market. I don't get any subsidies. I pay the full rate. I'm happy to do it, you know. Under this plan that Trump and Ryan are pushing, I'm going to be one of the first guys that's going to be hurt. Because what they're doing is they're taking away the mandate. That means that young, healthy people are going to drop out of the market. Insurance companies are going to get scared. They're going to think that they're going to be only selling insurance policies to older, sicker guys. The insurance companies won't know who they're going to be selling to. They're going to drop out of the market. My rates are going to skyrocket. I mean, I figure my rates are going to be 3 to 5 times what they are now. At that point, I won't be able to afford health care. I'll have to drop out of the market. So this is what they're talking to you about when they say that they're going to give you choice. You have a choice whether to buy insurance or not, right? You don't have a choice whether you can afford it or not. And when you get sick, you got a choice. Either you can get care or you die. You know, so it's really a false choice that the Republicans are giving you. You really have no choice. Everybody needs to be covered. Everybody needs to get care when they're sick. And it shouldn't matter how much money you make, right? You deserve health care. I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in premiums over 40 years into the insurance system. And now that I'm 60 years old, when I get to an age where I might actually need it, they're pulling the rug out from under me. That's not fair.
That's not fair.
You know? It's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. I have been really fortunate. I have never had a major illness. I've never been hospitalized. And I've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars into the insurance system. And I'm happy that I did it because, you know, I know that that money went to help care for people who are less fortunate than I am. And all I'm asking is that you preserve that system so that now when I'm reaching an age where I might have to use it, it's there for me. Don't price me out of the insurance market now that I'm 60 years old. Thank you.
And someone wanted to speak about that. Here we go. Here's the bell.
Let's hear from Mel.
Okay, thank everybody for coming out. This is the only way we're going to stop this guy. We got to be out here and make ourselves heard. Okay, Senator Feinstein should stop doing business as usual. Business as usual got us Trump. We are asking her to host a town hall for the indivisible organizations all over the city and all over the country, all over the city. We've been lobbying her, trying to get her to do just that, to hear what we've got to say. We're her constituents, and we want her to listen to us. On Friday, this coming Friday, the 17th, you can Google this on indivisiblelosangeles.com. Check that out from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. 101 North Las Palmas in Hancock Park. There's going to be a big rally. She's going to be in that area. We want to be there and be seen. It is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Friday at Hancock Park. Okay. Another thing that I've been doing, I don't know if you're aware of this, there's something called the Ides of Trump. And what's happening is everybody is going to mail Trump tomorrow a postcard telling him what we think. He is going to get millions of postcards, and he will lie about it. What we're going to do is when you mail your postcard, you send it to the White House on Pennsylvania Avenue, address to Donald Trump. Take a picture of that and post it on Facebook. They will therefore have a count of the postcards that people are sending in, and that will be the real count, not the one he's going to lie about.
I have the address with me.
Okay. The woman over here with her hand up has the address. I think it's 2600 Pennsylvania Avenue. 1600. And here's postcards, free postcards for you to mail. But the more he gets, the more intimidated he will be, I hope. Here you go.
Hello, everybody. Great to see everybody out again this week. Great to see a continuing group of faces. We're all getting to know each other here on the corner in front of Feinstein's office. I can think of no issue more important than healthcare, no issue more fundamental than healthcare. There's a story that I have told many times about my mom, and it's about Republicans and Democrats, and I apologize to any Republicans here. You do not apply to this story because you're here.
Yeah!
But when I kid you not, when I was 5 years old, I asked my mom what the difference between a Republican and a Democrat was. And I have a brother with Down syndrome named Eric, and my mom said, well, you know, the Democrats, they want to make sure that Eric has a good life, and they want to make sure that he's taken care of. They want to make sure that he has quality of life. And the Republicans just want to leave him behind. Now, I used to tell that story because I thought it was funny. It was a little over the top, a little bit of hyperbole from my mom. But I'm afraid with this new alleged health care bill, that's exactly what's happening. We're talking about 24 million people dropped from insurance rolls over the next 10 years, at least. We're talking about the people who are most vulnerable being dropped from the rolls, people who do not have the money to pay, and also I might remind you, when you talk about the draconian slashes in the Medicaid budget, you're talking about major cuts to disabled Americans. You're talking about no more occupational therapy, no more job therapy, worse homes to live in. Now, if that doesn't move you on a compassionate level, that can move you on a purely practical level. Because I know, as someone who helps to take care of my brother, that if someone does not have somewhere to go, if someone does not have somewhere to make their life productive, they will stay home. That means someone has to be their caretaker. That means that's another person taken out of the workforce. And I want to say again, on a purely practical level, let's leave compassion behind for a minute. On a purely practical level, if you refuse to pay for preventative care, then you are going to pay in the emergency rooms 10 times the cost. The biggest myth out there is that if we knock people off the insurance rolls, that they'll no longer exist, that they'll just disappear. That's not true. They still get treated in emergency rooms, they get treated by EMTs, and the cost skyrockets. But let's talk about compassion. Have you no decency, Republicans? Have you no decency? We're talking about health care, which means we're talking about lives. This is a life and death situation. So I want to ask you, are you going to fight for people's lives? Yes. Will you fight with everything you have for people's lives? Yes. Do you believe in health care for all? Yes. We all do. We are here today to say, Senator Feinstein, and all of our Democratic senators and our brothers and sisters who are Republicans, have you no decency? You must pass a law that will help Americans, that will take care of Americans, that we will all pay into, and that will make us more productive, and that will increase our ability to work, and increase our ability to pay taxes. This is not charity. Mr. Ryan, we are not talking about mercy here. We're talking about the American way. We're talking about people who want to work, who want to have productive lives. So don't tell us about mercy. Tell us about health care and access for all. You have offered us a Band-Aid for a car wreck. So it is time, Senator Feinstein and all of those in Congress, and even our president, who won't put his name on this, but he'll put his name on anything else he can think of, give us a health care law that serves Americans. Will you fight for health care? Will you fight for American lives? Let's do it. Let's keep fighting. That's the American way.
And everybody should call the Republican senators and the members of the House. Even if you're not a constituent, there are senators and House members who could be swayed. There are lists of them out there. You should call the Republicans and tell them that they're making a big mistake and they won't get reelected if they push this through.